In this second class, I'm going to show you the engine of the car and the things to check every morning. The things to check every morning before you move out. By the time you open your bonnet, you raise it, you use the bonnet stand to hold it. The first thing you check is the water. Now this car is very hot. You cannot open this because it is hot. That's why I said this is done first thing in the morning before you start the engine. By the time you open this particular place, it's the same for all cars. Okay? Now by the time you open it, what goes in here is water. And you can see that if you look closely, you see that the word caution is written there. What it means is that when this is hot, do not open this radiator at all, because the water inside the radiator is already very, very hot. So by the time you check this in the morning, by that time it is cold. The next thing you're going to check is your engine, the level of engine oil. So pull out the engine oil. Now this is called a dipstick. You see, it's called a dipstick. If you look closely, you see the level of the engine oil. There's a small dot here where my finger is. That is the maximum position where the engine oil should be. There are two dots. This first one and then this one. Now, the maximum is this one. When the engine is cold, the oil should stay up to that point. But when it is already hot, it might not get to that place or can exceed it. So this is also supposed to be done first thing in the morning. If the level of the engine oil is at this first tip, it means the engine oil is low and dangerous. You're supposed to either top your oil or you go for service. Now put it back. By the time you're putting it back, you should ensure that it is properly held and then inserted gently, and then until it gets to the end, and you cover it properly. It must be properly covered. After that, the next thing you check is your brake fluid. See the brake fluid there? You see it? It has a black cover, and this is the level of the fluid inside. You see, that's the fluid. Now that thing inside is like a filter. You are not supposed to allow impurities into the brake fluid so that it does not mix with the brake fluid. And then so when you check the level, this one you don't have anything to, it has a space where it is written maximum somewhere around this place. You see, it has a maximum and minimum level there. So cover it. When you check it, you cover it. You should have an extra brake fluid, all right, when in your car. Now after that, the next thing you check is the gear oil. The gear oil is somewhere around here. Okay, that's the gear oil. You also check the level of the gear oil. You see, and ensure you can also scent it. If you want to know whether the gear oil is healthy or not, you should smell it. If you smell it and it smells burnt, it means that the gear oil is bad and is due for damage, although it takes a long time. This one can stay up to 6-7 months, even years, without changing. But it's good you change every 6 months. Yes, every 6 months you should service your gear oil, your gearbox. Servicing simply means taking out the oil and putting a fresh oil so that it runs. After this, put it back.
The car like boat is 3 months.
The
car like boat. Like boat.
Okay.
Any car like boat is 3
yes.
months.
Yes. Okay, so you put it back quietly and cover it. After that, you also check your battery life. See what I'm talking? Look at this battery. If you look at this battery, you see that that thing is greenish. This light has 3 different colors, 3 indicators. This green means this battery is okay. Now, this same light can turn black. When it turns black, it is called the indicator. When it turns black, it means that this battery is due for recharging. But when this light you're seeing becomes white or colorless, it means that the battery is dead. You need to replace the battery. Now, so from here, we come to the belt tension. This is belt tension. This is the fan belt. You call it fan belt. Can you see my hand there? You touch it to make sure that it is hard, it is firm, because this is what recharges your alternator. This is the alternator here. This thing I'm touching is the alternator. You can see it there. Now this alternator is what recharges this battery. Okay, without this alternator here, this battery will not recharge. So it needs to work well for the battery to recharge. I will continue the other aspects of the engine check in the next class. Thank you.